It's Ronald Murdock, M-U-R-D-O-C-K.
You may proceed.
Thank you. Please tell the members of the jury your occupation.
I'm a forensic supervisor with the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you worked for the Orange County Sheriff?
I've worked for the Sheriff's Office for approximately 11 and a half years.
As a forensic supervisor, what are your regular duties or obligations?
As a supervisor, I go to major crimes such as homicides or officer-involved shootings to act as a supervisor to ensure that all the work that needs to get done gets done, and also administrative duties as far as reviewing reports, other administrative payroll, that type of stuff. But I also take call and work calls myself.
Did you have any supervisory responsibility over the scene on Suburban Drive beginning December 11th of 2008, where the recovery of Caylee Marie Anthony's remains was ongoing?
I didn't respond on the 11th, but I did respond to that scene on the 12th.
Okay.
And would you like me to expand on what my duties were there? Okay.
Exactly. What was it that you were responsible for at that scene?
I was responsible. I was assisting the other supervisor within our unit, but I assisted with clearing debris like vegetation, trees from the area, getting supplies that were needed. Primarily, my duties was diagramming that scene and all the evidence that was located within it.
Did you utilize any particular programs to assist you in documenting or diagramming the scene?
Yes, I used what we call a total station, which is similar to what you see surveyors use on the side of the road when they have it up on a tripod. We'll use that to create a two-dimensional or a bird's eye view diagram of that scene. So we use that total station. It gathers all the evidence, the points or the measurements of the location of those items, and then we put it into a software to create an actual diagram.
Where are you getting the information that you ultimately put into the total station program?
I got the information from the evidence that was marked by crime scene investigator Jennifer Welch. So when she would mark an item, then I would come in and take the measurements from that item, and then that was the information that I got. And then also placing items such as just the roadway, lights, just other auxiliary stuff that she may not have marked, but as far as evidence, that was strictly what she marked.
Would that have included documenting the location where, say, each bone that was first flagged and then recovered was located?
Yes.
Did you group those bones once you placed the information from the measurements into the total station into various areas?
Yes. When we looked at the amount of bones that were located, and some of them were so close that they're very densely populated, so it would be very hard on a diagram to see them in separate locations. So I met with Dr. John Schultz at UCF, and it was determined to go ahead and circle areas where there was a lot of bones together. That way it would be easier to see, the distribution of the bones, but then place within the report what bones were in that circled area.
Did you also mark other evidence items? For example, we saw a piece of duct tape that was recovered away from some of the bones.
Yes.
Why don't we just wait for a few minutes till the train passes by?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The total station program, is that one that is available to you on your laptop?
Yes.
Okay. Did you bring that with you?
Yes, it did.
The program that you utilized enables you to print out some of the screens, the various screens that you can go through as you testify, correct?
That's correct.
Your Honor, at this point, if I could show the witness QJ and QK for identification.
You may.
Do you recognize those items?
Yes, I do.
Okay, the first item marked QK.
Yes.
What is that?
It's a diagram of the scene. It has the circled area, but it also has all of the bones shown that were in those circled areas, as well as the roadway, the light posts, brush line, base line, and duct tape.
Now, even though it shows all of the bones collected, is there such density of the bones within the area that you cannot make out each individual marking for a bone?
That's correct.
Okay. The other item that I handed you, is that QJ?
Yes.
Okay, what is that?
It's very similar to the first one that we just discussed. However, the actual location of the bones are removed, so it's just the circled areas.
Do those two diagrams fairly and accurately represent screens of the total station program that you have available to you on your laptop?
Yes, they do.
Your Honor, at this point in time, I would seek to introduce QK and QJ for identification into evidence.
What says the defense?
I apologize, Mr. Murdock. I just see one diagram on my screen.
You may.
I have no objection.
It will be received in evidence as states numbered.
QJ will become state exhibit number 279. QK will become state exhibit number 280.
Your Honor, may the witness publish those items from his laptop that is hooked to the monitor?
Any objections from the defense?
No, sir, no objections.
He may publish from his laptop those two exhibits.
All right, let's start with the first that you had described, QJ, correct? Which is 279 in evidence. And
But that's the ones with the bones located within the diagram?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Can you, first of all, explain to the members of the jury what they are looking at?
Okay, we're looking at basically an overview of the scene. You can see the roadway here of Suburban Drive, and then within here is the location of the bones, and you can see the red circles are the circled areas, and then all the black marks within there are representing the individual bones.
Is there any way to zoom into the specific location marked with the red circles?
Yes.
All right. Explain that again, if you will.
Okay. So again, these are the circled areas representing the areas where bones were found. And as you can see, some of them are very densely populated, meaning there's a lot of bones within those locations. Specifically, if you look at like areas A, H, and I, there's a lot of bones within there, almost to where it looks like an ink blot. So that's why those areas were circled. So the circled areas in red represent that grouping of those bones.
If you zoom into area A specifically, can you see any of those markings?
Yeah, so you can make out a few of them, but not very many. I mean, really, the only one we can really see here is bone 3, 26. And the skull would also be one of those dots there too,
Okay.
because we can see the letter S. But other than that, I'd refer to my report.
You'd have to refer to your report to tell
Yes.
us exactly which bone is where.
Which bone was in which circled area, yes.
All right. If we could just go back out to the unzoomed. Did the system that you utilized enable you to give us the distance from the edge of Suburban Drive to Area A?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell the members of the jury what that distance is?
It's approximately 19 feet from the edge of Suburban Drive to the center of that area A. I can actually demonstrate it if you would like.
On the,
Yes.
go ahead, with the court's permission?
You may.
First, I'll zoom in. So, to the center, roughly 18.8 or 19 feet.
All right. Now, your screen displayed 19.0, I believe.
Yes,
What is that representative of?
19 feet.
From what point to what
Oh,
point were you
I'm sorry.
utilizing?
From that point there, which is the south edge of Suburban Drive, so the roadway.
Now, you have another line prior to getting to Area A. What is that line representative of?
Kind of represented the brush line or the area that's kind of maintained by the county where they'll cut the grass and just kind of keep that clear. So that area from that line to the roadways represented that clear area, and everything else was just kind of free to grow.
All right. And what would the measurement be between the edge of the roadway and the brush line or the tree line?
Okay, let's see here. So approximately 4.9, well, 4.9 or 5 feet, so approximately 5 feet.
All right, if we could publish the other screen, which is now 280 in evidence. Let me clear some of these annotations.
Okay.
And if you could just zoom into these red circled areas with the one black marking. You have a letter and number D1 indicated in black near Area A. Do you know what that is representative of?
Yeah, that represents duct tape. That was the code that I gave for any duct tape that was found in the scene was a D. If I can look at my report, I can tell you specifically what that duct tape was.
Your Honor, may he refresh his recollection as to what D1 was?
You may.
Okay, D1 refers to a piece of duct tape with the brand name Hinkle Consumer Adhesives.
Now, you have two other D markings over to the right, D2, D3.
Yes.
Is that duct tape also?
Yes.
Did that have any marking on it to your recollection?
No.
Did you supply photographs and measurements to a surveying company, Allen and Company?
Yes, it did.
Were the photographs supplied and the measurements fair and accurate representations of the scene as you documented it using your total station equipment?
Yes.
We can unpublish this item. In addition to your responsibilities at the scene on Suburban, did you participate in a search warrant at the Anthony residence on December 11th of 2008?
Yes, I did.
Were you the individual who was responsible for collecting items of evidence located at that residence?
Yes, I was.
If I may have AY for identification. Sorry.
It's okay.
Do you see what I'm showing you marked as AY for identification?
Yes, I do.
Do you recognize what is depicted through the use of photography?
Yes.
Was this a photograph taken in the evening hours of December 11th of 2008 at the Anthony residence?
Yes.
Does that photograph fairly and accurately depict the condition or the items enclosed within one of the sheds on their property?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point in time, I would seek to introduce AY for identification into evidence as the state's next numbered exhibit.
No objections.
Be received in evidence, the state's numbered.
281.
And permission to publish?
You may publish.
May I unpublish at this time?
You may, members, you had a chance to look at it? Okay, thank you.
If I may have AZ for identification. Investigator Murdock, do you recognize what is shown through the use of photography and AZ for identification?
Yes.
Is that the interior of another shed located on the Anthony property as it existed on December 11th of 2008?
Yes.
Does that photograph fairly and accurately depict the condition and the items inside that shed?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point in time, I would seek to introduce AZ for identification into evidence.
No objections.
Be received in evidence, the state's numbered.
282.
And permission to publish that item as well, Your Honor.
You may publish.
Is there an item in that photograph that was collected?
Yes.
Can you circle the item on your telestrator? If I may approach the witness with what has been marked as JV for identification.
You may.
Also marked is JW on the same exhibit. Investigator Murdock, do you recognize the item marked JV for identification?
Yes, it does appear to be the item collected and photographed there.
What is it?
It is a red metal gas can.
Your Honor, at this point in time, I would seek to introduce JV with conditional introduction of JW for identification since it's attached.
No objections.
Okay, they will be received in evidence.
JD will become state exhibit number 283, JW will become state exhibit number 284.
If I may have BA for identification? Sir, do you recognize what is shown in BA for identification?
Yes.
Were these, is this a variety of stickers that were collected at the residence on Hope Spring?
Yes.
Does that photograph fairly and accurately show those?
May we approach? You may have objection.
You may. You may proceed.
Thank you. Before I attempt to move BA in for identification, if we could switch over to AW. Investigator Murdock, can you see AW?
Yes.
What is that a photograph of?
Appears to be the bedroom of Casey.
Casey Anthony?
Anthony, yes.
Okay. Is that the condition in which you and other crime scene investigators found it on December 11th of 2008?
I don't recall exactly how that room was that night. I'd have to refer to the photographs that were taken that evening.
May the witness have an opportunity to refresh his recollection with photographs taken during the search warrant on December 11th of 2008.
You may.
Okay. Yes, they do. It does appear to be the same
Okay.
condition.
Okay. May I also show the witness AX for identification?
You may.
Is that another photograph of the same room?
Yes.
Is that the condition in which it was found during the search warrant on December 11th of 2008?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point in time, I would seek to introduce AW and AX for identification into evidence.
What says the defense? You may.
Your Honor, we would object as to relevance. It would have been approximately 7 months before since Miss Anthony had lived in that room.
Objection will be overruled, be received in evidence as
AW will become state exhibit 285, and AX will become state exhibit number 286.
If we could go back to BA for identification. Investigator Murdock, can you say that the picture in BA for identification was a picture taken of items that were found in Casey Anthony's room?
I don't believe that photograph was taken on the evening of the 11th.
When was this one taken?
I believe that was taken during the search warrant on December 12th of 2000, or December 20th of 2008.
Okay. All right, let me come back to that then. If I may have BB for identification? Do you recognize what is shown in BB?
Yes.
Okay, and what do you recognize that to be?
That's a photograph of the bedroom of Caylee Anthony,
Right? Do you know when that photograph was taken?
the evening of December 11th.
Okay, does that
2008.
photograph fairly and accurately depict the condition of the room belonging to Caylee Anthony on that date?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce BB for identification into evidence.
No objections.
We received an evidence, states numbered.
287.
Permission to publish.
You may publish.
May I unpublish at this point?
You may.
If I may have, I'm sorry. Did you collect items of evidence from that room?
Yes.
If I may show the witness KF and KE for identification?
You may.
Do you recognize KF? I'm sorry, did I show KE first?
Yes, I do.
Which, the item that you are holding, is that KE or KF, since I have
It's
to
KE.
come to here? KE, do you recognize it?
Yes, I do.
What do you recognize it to be?
It is Winnie the Pooh bedding from Caylee Anthony's bedroom.
Okay, Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce KE for identification into evidence.
We received an evidence, states numbered.
288.
Do you see KF right there next to you?
Yes.
Was that an item collected on that date?
Yes.
And what item is that?
It's also Winnie the Pooh bedding items collected from the guest or office dresser drawer.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce KF for identification into evidence.
It will be received in evidence, states numbered.
289.
Did you collect items from the garage of the Anthony residence on December 11th of 2008?
Yes.
If I may show the witness BD for identification.
You may.
Do you recognize what is shown in that photograph?
Yes, I do.
Is that photograph a fair and accurate depiction of the garage of the Anthony residence on December 11th of 2008?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce BD for identification into evidence.
No objections.
Be received in evidence, estates numbered.
290.
Permission to publish, Your Honor.
You may.
Unpublished.
You may.
Did you take a close-up photograph of items that were on the shelf in that garage?
I didn't personally take the photographs, but close-up items were taken of the items on that shelf, yes.
All right. Did you see the items in the position that they were in, and then you were responsible for the collection
That's
and
correct.
preservation of those items?
That's correct.
If I may show the witness B.E. for identification.
You may.
Are those, is that photograph taken of items enclosed in bags on the top shelf in the garage?
Yes,
Is that photograph a fair and accurate representation of the condition of those items on December 11th of 2008?
yes.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce B.E. for identification as the state's next numbered exhibit.
No objections.
Be received in evidence, estates numbered.
291.
Permission to publish to the jury, Your Honor.
You may publish.
Ready to unpublish?
Yes, you may.
Were the items that were in those garbage bags on that shelf removed and photographed?
Yes,
If I may show the witness B.F. for identification.
You may.
Is that an item that was removed from the garbage bag on the shelf?
yes, that's correct.
Is that photograph a fair and accurate picture of that item?
Yes,
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce B.F. for identification into evidence.
No objections.
You may.
State's exhibit number 292.
And permission to publish.
You may publish.
Investigator Murdock, what is that item?
it's a canvas type cloth laundry bag with the brand name Whitney Design.
Thank you. If I may have K.D. for identification.
You may.
Do you recognize the packaging of K.D. for identification?
Actually, the only part of the packaging I recognize is the sticker that's on it here, which is produced by our evidence section, which has the tag number and item number of that item that we're looking at in the photograph.
Right. Can you open the item and tell us if the item in the photograph is in the bag?
Yes. Yes, this bag does contain that item.
All right, so we had a package inside another package.
Yes.
So, all right. How is it that you recognize that?
I recognize it by the label that I made to depict what was in the item, as well as the evidence tape that's on the back that has my seals.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce KD for identification into evidence.
What says the defense?
No objections, Judge.
Would be receiving evidence that states numbered
293.
Going back within.
Did you also collect various garbage bags from the residence?
Yes.
Okay. If I may approach the witness with KA, KC, KB, JY, and JX for identification. Let's start with KA. Do you recognize KA for identification?
Yes, I recognize the packaging. It has my seals across.
Okay. And did you affix a label to some part of the package that tells you where that item was collected within the residence?
Yes. Well, written on, it looks like the label itself is no longer on here, but written on the bag itself, it does say it was taken from the garage wall.
Right. Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce KA for identification into evidence.
what says the defense? You may.
What is the item in the packaging?
The item is, there's a number that I have written on there which corresponds to my property form, which is a black garbage bag.
No objections.
You received an evidence that states number
294.
Do you recognize KB for identification?
Yes, I do.
And what is that item?
It's also a black garbage bag
Where was that collected from?
from the east garage area inside of a suitcase.
Your Honor, at this point in time, I would seek to introduce KB for identification into evidence.
what says the defense.
No objections.
You received an evidence that states number
295.
Do you recognize KC for identification?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
It is a black garbage bag with yellow handles from the north garage inside of the cooler.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce KC for identification into evidence.
No objections.
it will be received an evidence that states numbered
296.
Do you have JZ for identification there?
No, I don't.
All right. Do you have JY?
Yes.
Do you recognize JY?
Yes, I do.
What do you recognize it to be?
This is a black garbage bag with yellow handles from the south garage wall, top shelf.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce JY for identification into evidence.
You may.
Have six exhibit number 297.
Do you have JX for identification?
Yes, I do.
Do you recognize that item?
Yes.
And what do you recognize it to be?
For the record, I had no objections to that previously.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
No,
And the
no objections.
He had no objections. Go ahead.
Okay.
JX?
It is a black garbage bag with yellow handles from the south shed.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce JX for identification into evidence.
There being no objections, it will be received in evidence. The state's numbered.
298.
JZ. Do you recognize JZ for identification?
Yes, I do.
And what do you recognize it to be?
Two black garbage bags with yellow handles from the north garage wall, upper shelf, inside of a dog crate.
Inside of?
A dog crate.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce JZ for identification into evidence.
No objections.
Be received in evidence. The state's numbered.
299.
May I publish the photograph that is currently displayed, which has been introduced as 292 in evidence?
You may.
Investigator Murdock, was that laundry bag that's in 292 in evidence inside one of those plastic garbage bags?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Do you recall, or do the records of the Orange County Sheriff reflect which of those items in front of you contained that laundry bag?
That laundry bag was actually, the garbage bag that was around the laundry bag was packaged with that laundry bag. So they should be in the same packaging.
Okay. Thank you. I have no other questions of the witness. I'll retrieve.
Cross-examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Mr.
Good
Murdock.
afternoon.
Nice to see you again, sir.
Thank you.
The diagram that you showed us earlier, it showed us a piece of the Henkel duct tape outside of Area A. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Do you know the measurements between where the skull was found as to how far away that duct tape was?
Not off the top of my head. I mean, I could
Is there a way of-
retrieve it.
Can you?
Yeah, I could the same way that we just did it earlier.
Okay. With the court's permission, can you go ahead and do that?
Yes.
You don't have to put it on screen. Just
Okay.
go
I
ahead
could
and do
just-
it yourself and let us know. Unless it's easy to put it on screen.
I can do it just right here. It's fine.
Sure.
So you said from the skull to the piece of duct tape?
Yes.
Oh.
May I stand by you, sir?
Yes.
You may.
It's hard to see, but here's the distance. So it's approximately 6.27 feet.
6¼ feet away?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the search warrant, when you went to do the search warrant on the Anthony home, you knew you were looking for a special kind of duct tape, correct?
Yes, I knew the brand name that was found on the scene, yes.
Something distinctive, correct?
Yes,
It's a little different. It's not your average duct tape, which is just plain gray.
I just knew that it had a brand name on it.
And that's what you were looking for.
It was one of the items, yes.
And when you did that, you didn't find it in the garage? You didn't find any duct tape in the garage?
None was located, no.
Did you find an area where there was a lot of tape, other types of duct tape, or other types of electronic tape or things like that?
I don't, honestly, I do not recall.
Okay. You didn't find it, the Henkel brand, wrapped around any items, like wires or anything like that?
No, if we had seen that, it would have been collected.
Okay. And you didn't find it wrapped around any pipes somewhere in the house?
No.
Okay. And you searched the entire garage, correct?
I didn't personally search the entire garage. I was in charge of the collection.
You were in charge of the recovery.
Right, so when items were discovered, they were photographed, and then I would collect them.
And they would call you over because you're in
Yes.
charge.
I was in charge of collecting, yes.
Okay. And you even went up to the attic?
I did not personally go to the
Not
attic.
you, but your team went into the attic?
Yes.
And searched that area and didn't find anything wrapped up with Henkel duct tape?
No.
You went throughout the house, your team, correct?
Yes.
And nothing was found in that house, correct?
With-
as far as the Henkel duct tape?
No, not on the inside of the house that I know of, because it was not collected.
Then you went out by the backyard area?
Yes, we were
Okay,
searching
that was
there.
also searched?
Yes,
Searched around the pool,
yes,
searched in the sheds,
that's correct.
and every item was taken out of those sheds, weren't they?
Yes,
And it was thoroughly searched.
to my knowledge, yes.
And there was no Henkel duct tape there, except for the one that you recovered.
On the gas can?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So after an extensive and exhaustive search, how many people were there searching?
I don't know the exact amount. There were 3 people from the forensics unit there. There were other investigators with our agency as well as the FBI there as well. So I would say approximately 10 to 15 people, I would imagine.
So between your agency and the FBI searching the entire Anthony home, this is the only item where you found Henkel brand duct tape,
That's correct.
and it was attached to this gas can.
That's correct.
Can I have photo AZ? Yes. 282. Your Honor, may I show the jury evidence item 282?
You may publish states 282.
Can you see that, Mr. Murdock?
Yes.
Can the ladies and gentlemen of the jury see the photo? Now, while you searched for the duct tape, you, of course, all of these items were taken out,
From my knowledge, yes.
including these shovels over here,
Again, my knowledge, they were.
and there was no Henkel duct tape wrapped around the shovels or anything like that,
Not to my knowledge.
and none wrapped around any of the other yard items, like the rake.
Again, not to my knowledge, no.
This weed eater here, nothing was wrapped around that for Henkel duct tape?
Not to my knowledge.
And is that like a saw?
I'm not sure what that item is.
Okay. All of this lawn equipment, none of that contained duct tape, Henkel brand duct tape, correct?
Not to my knowledge.
And this lawnmower as well, nothing there.
Correct.
Do you know if there was a lock on that shed?
Yes, I believe there was.
And how was that open, sir?
Not sure, to be perfectly honest with you. There was people searching, collecting. I mean, I was notified when something was found to be collected. I'm not sure how that was opened.
Okay. And all of the items that you found were black garbage bags, correct?
All of
All of the items that you just finished introducing today, with the exception of the blankets and the bedding and the bag, were black garbage bags, correct?
Yes.
Including the one right here in this garbage can.
I'm assuming that was one of the ones here. If I could refer to, can I
Sure,
refer to
go
my
ahead.
report? Okay. Yes, I do have a black garbage bag that was collected from that shed.
Okay. May I unpublish the photograph, Your Honor?
You may.
So what, as it relates to any duct tape, I know you've already testified, this is the only place you found it in the home. Did you ever find the roll anywhere?
No,
Did you search the vehicles that were in the home?
the vehicles were part of the search, yes.
Okay, and that includes a green 4Runner, Toyota 4Runner?
I believe that was the make of the vehicle.
Okay, and also a black PT Cruiser.
Yes.
Okay, and you didn't find any duct tape in any of those.
Again, I didn't personally search every item in the home, but nothing was brought to my attention that was found in there.
And you would have been notified if that were the case.
That's correct.
Thank you, sir. I have no further questions.
No redirect, Your Honor.
May the witness be excused.
Yes, he may.
Thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you.
My name is Gerald M. Johnston, Gerald M. Johnston, Johnston.
You may proceed.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell us how you are employed?
I am owner of a land surveying firm in Winter Garden, Allen and Company.
Okay. In connection with that employment, were you contacted in December of 1998 by the Orange County Sheriff's Office in order to provide a survey and 3D animation of a location off of Suburban Drive?
Yes,
Okay. Were photographs and measurements supplied to your firm to accomplish that task?
yes,
Have you had the opportunity to see the,
Can we do a correction? It's 2008,
did I say something other than 2008?
1998.
I don't know why I'm a decade off, wishful thinking, I guess. 2008, December
yes,
of 2008. Have you had the opportunity to see the video and the animation produced by your company for the Orange County Sheriff?
yes,
And that video is accurate based on the photographs and measurements provided to you or to your company?
yes,
Your Honor, at this point in time, I would seek to introduce QI for identification into evidence.
What says the defense?
No objections, Your Honor.
To be received in evidence, the state's numbered
300.
And may we have permission to publish this item to the jury and then have the witness ultimately explain what it shows?
You may.
All right, so I've asked that that be paused. Can you explain to the jurors what we're looking at?
That is a combination of a point cloud and photo merged together, and it's representative of the ground topographic conditions at the time we were on the scene that day. At the top where it's cut off, for clarity to showing just the existing ground conditions only, we stripped away the trees, probably a couple of feet above ground level, just for clarity to show what's going on there on the ground.
Okay. Is the surface of Suburban Drive higher than the ground level in the areas depicted? Is that what is being
Yes.
shown here?
Yes, the edge of pavement curb line are several feet above the ground as it falls away from the road.
What is a three-dimensional fly-through?
Basically, you are in space, if you will, and everything actually has three-dimensional qualities, as if you're in this room, puts you actually in there in a virtual environment, not unlike of being in a video game, three-dimensional environment. And then you just go through with a bird's eye view as we track you through to see different elements.
All right. In the three-dimensional fly-through are elements that were present at the scene removed again for clarity's sake? Trees and other ground cover?
Yes, trees were removed. A lot of the ground cover, I believe, was already gone as a function of the CSIs.
To the witness testifying to matters of which he has no knowledge of.
He indicated he was provided photographs by the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
Judge overruled.
You can finish your answer, sir.
Okay. The area, much of the existing ground cover, except for the trees and root systems, were all gone at that time we were there.
All right. There were some purple markers in the three-dimensional fly-through. What were those representative of?
Bones that were recovered by the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
They had Ron Murdock with the Orange County Sheriff's Office provided you with data from his total station program to enable you to place those purple markers in the fly-through.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. I have no other questions of the witness, Your Honor.
Cross-examination.
Yeah, no question.
May Mr. Johnston be excused.
Yes, you may. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.